No, it was a diary.
Yes, sir, we have, but we have to get it from our data.
Sir, this is a very important investigation for you to answer us that way. You do not waste our time. Nababalik ka sa agency mo, sabi mo sa amin, kukunin mo yung records. Offhand, you do not know? You have no information on this?
Sir, we have that information, but
So
it's
tell me,
still on our
what
records.
information do you know? Huwag mo kayong paikutin. Huwag mo sayangin yung oras namin dito.
Yes, Congressman Gomez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. With regards to the manifestation of Congresswoman Luistro and the PSA, Mr. Chair, as we can see, there's so many problems stemming from the works and what PSA has done in the past several years. No, there's so many problems with regards to falsified identities, illegal subscription of passports, etc. So, Mr. Chair, with regards to that, may we ask for a review on the competency of PSA appointees and employees with regards also to their credibility, the documents signed, and documents issued in the past several years, maybe 5 years, Mr. Chair. Maybe we can ask the Civil Service Commission and the Commission on Audit to do this for us, Mr. Chair. Kasi yung COA, kaya nilang gawin yan eh. They can do an audit on that. Kasi
Okay.
lahat ng LGUs, ino-audit nga nila. Pati maliit na pagkakamali ng LGUs, nakikita ng COA. So itong ginagawa ng PSA, kung maraming kalokohan na ginagawa dito, they can easily check on that, Mr. Chair.
Okay, if did I get it right, Congressman Gomez, that you want a record of the review and audit on the competency of people running the PSA?
That is one, Mr. Chair. And
And,
the issuances?
You are suggesting that we get this information from the civil service.
Yes.
So I guess it's not difficult to ask this from civil service. We will make representations to the civil service as to the request of Congressman Gomez.
And if the COA, Mr. Chair, can do an audit on all the issuances, passport issuances, Mr. Chair, makikita nila yun.
Okay, is COA the right agency to get that information as requested by Congressman Gomez?
Kasi audit sila eh.
Okay, so sige, the committee will also make representations to the Commission on Audit in compliance to the request of Congressman Gomez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just would like to make
Yes,
a
please
follow-up
proceed.
if
Please proceed.
I'm okay. Doon sa sinasabi ni Colonel Asierto kanina, I'd like to direct this to the PIDEA. Sino ho yung representative natin ng PIDEA ngayon?
ASEC Gumban.
ASEC, may knowledge ho ba kayo dun sa raid ninyo sa Dumoy? What is your knowledge dun sa regarding dun sa illegal drug raid sa Barangay Dumoy?
That was in 2004, sir. We'll get the records for that.
Oh,
We have that records, but now I think nobody was there during the time.
no, it was a diary.
Yes, sir, we have, but we have to get it from our data.
You know, sir, this is a very important investigation for you to answer us that way. You do not waste our time. Nababalik ka sa agency mo, sabi mo sa amin, kukunin mo yung records. Offhand, you do not know? You have no information on this?
Sir, we have that information, but
So
it's
tell me,
still on our
what
records.
information do you know? Huwag mo kayong paikutin. Huwag mo sayangin yung oras namin dito.
We have just received that information, sir. So we will just...
Asan ho kayo
continue to
galing? Before this, asan ho kayo naka-assign? Ano ho kayo?
I was the director of anti-kidnapping group at that time, sir.
Oh, pulis ka.
Yes, sir.
Wala kayong information?
That is a drug information, sir.
So when
I
you
am with
assumed
the-
this position, you were not briefed by your agency?
Sir, that is not our job at that time.
That is not your job. Ikaw nga nakaupo dyan ngayon eh. Hindi ka binibrief sa lahat ng mga ginagawa ninyo? What kind of agency do you have? What kind of a director are you?
Congressman Gomez, if I may,
Yes,
just
Mr. Chair.
interjection. Siguro, ASEC, ang tanong ni Congressman Gomez, meron ho ba kayong idea tungkol doon sa nangyaring raid sa Dumoy in Davao. Yes, we do understand that you are not yet with PIDEA and you were with another agency during that time. But meron ho ba kayong information, at least briefer, na sinabi sa inyo tungkol dito sa pinag-uusapan ngayon?
Sino yung nandiyan? This was just brought out today, sir. So we can have that records, expands from our records, sir.
Congressman Gomez, it seems that they were not aware, no, of the Dumoy drug operations back then, no? And siguro we will give them time to share with us whatever information they have on that particular operations, anti-illegal drug operations, in our subsequent hearings.
Yes, Mr. Chair, but I'm very sure they understand the nature of this investigation, and they also know the people involved in this investigation, especially all the things that Colonel Acerta has been talking about. So I do not understand why the PIDEA, as an agency, doesn't know anything about this. It would be crazy for us to accept that they do not understand or they do not know at this point. So the mere fact that they are here today, they should have at least an overview. They have an overview of what's going on.
Siguro, ASEC, ano bang tinurn over sa inyong information tungkol dyan sa Dumoy, if there's any?
I believe, sir, that was still in the records in the PDEA, but we can, I said, sir, we can expound it. Maybe after tomorrow, we'll give you the records, sir.
Okay.
Not just now. That is the first time I heard that Dumoy.
Okay.
President.
Mr. Chair,
Sige. Congressman Akop.
may I move that we invite former PIDEA directors Wilkins Villanueva and Aaron Aquino to the next hearing, simply because I think they were the ones in position when these things or these events occurred. So I think these names were also mentioned by Colonel Acerto in his presentation. As a matter of fact, Mr. Chair, I would just like also to know if Colonel Marcelino and a certain Mr. Guban is still alive or are still alive. Kasi I think these are the people who can shed light on the questions of the members of this committee if it pertains to the Bunawan clandestine laboratory in Davao also, Dumoy laboratory, and the one in Cagayan de Oro.
So there is a motion. Is that a motion?
That's a motion,
Okay,
Mr.
thank
Chair.
you. There,
But before you you act on the motion of Chairman Akop, because Jimmy Guban is under I think Bucor right now, and can we ask the Bucor also to allow Mr. Jimmy Guban to appear on the next hearing as well
so you are amending the motion
in relation to Jimmy Guban that was
to
mentioned?
include Mr. Guban
Yes.
in the motion of Congressman Akop.
Correct. Yes, Mr.
Okay,
Chair.
so there is a motion as stated and duly amended by another motion by Congressman Dan Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, before that is approved, I would like also to amend my motion.
Yes, please proceed.
Before I amend it, ASEC, where is Director Alvarino now?
Still in PDEA, sir.
PIDEA. May I also move that he be invited, Mr. Chair, kasi na-mention ito lahat sa kaso na i-file ng PIDEA at saka NBI. Laban dito sa sinasabi ni Colonel Acerto na sila inipit after they have exposed the informations that they have that Colonel Acerto has presented.
Okay.
So move, Mr. Chair, as
Okay,
amended.
thank you. There's a motion that was amended by Congressman Dan Fernandez as stated, and again amended by Congressman Akop to invite the personalities that was stated earlier in the next committee hearing of the Committee on Dangerous Drugs. It was duly seconded, and hearing no objection, the motion is approved. So, COMSEC, please
Mr. Chair.
take note of the invitation that will be sent to the personalities as earlier stated. Yes, Congressman Gomez, you may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To continue, I'd like to direct my question again to PIDEA to the Philippine National Police, to the Department of Justice, with regards to seized illegal drugs. Kapag ho meron kayo nahuli, ilan ho yung kinakailangan na evidence na iiwan natin sa korte amongst sa mga nahuhuli ninyo? Or in your experience, ilan ho yung iniiwan niyo sa korte as evidence in case malaki yung nahuli ninyo? Pwede pong pakisagot.
Yes, sir. My Director of Laboratory Service will answer that, sir.
Ilan? Sige.
Good afternoon, Your Honors. The representative sample should be not more than 50 grams.
Ano no?
Not more than 50 grams.
Not more than 50 grams. Okay. So, kung 1 ton yung nahuli nyo, 50 grams ang kinakailangan nyo. Ano ho nung ginagawa nyo dun sa bulk nung na-seize ninyo?
If there is a court order for destruction, we will outrightly schedule the destruction of those seized drugs.
Sa possession, PDEA ho ba kayo?
Yes, sir. I am the Director of the Laboratory Service.
Okay. Sa mga na-seize ninyo all over this year, let's say just this year, ilan ho yung nasa possession ninyo?
We had our destruction last June 6, 2024, and after the scheduled destruction, the total seize of drugs in our possession is 1.6 tons, sir.
1.6 tons. Up to now, you still have that 1.6 tons?
Yes, sir.
Nasa inyo ho yun? Ano ho ba yung chain of custody natin with regards to handling of seized drugs?
Correction, sir. Since may mga nadagdag na turnover sa amin, so we have a total of 980.56 kilos of shabu, 2,791 kilos of marijuana, and 26.37 kilos of cocaine.
Okay. Over a span of how many years yung hawak ninyo? Itong taon lang na yan. Ilang taon na ho yung hawak ninyo na possession ninyo? Na seized drugs?
So we have in our inventory, sir, we started from 2007. This is report up to June 30, 2024.
So over more than 5 years, no?
Bali, continuous po yung scheduled destruction namin,
Mr.
sir.
Chair, the reason I asked this question is because there's really a problem with regards to handling of drugs. Less than 50 grams lang yung kinakailangan ng korte. And pag mas marami sa 50 grams yung nahuli nila, napupunta, itinatago yung drugs. Dito tayo nagkakaroon ng problema. Nagre-resell, kinukuhaan yung nakastock na drugs. And the reason I ask this because maybe a suggestion or maybe an amendment to our anti-drugs law is once makuha na nila yung evidence na kinakailangan ng korte is to destroy right away the seized drugs or lace it with poison. Kasi pag nilace mo ng poison kaagad yung seized drugs, o sige, paggamit nyo, ibenta nyo. Para mas marami mamatay, that's one. Second, to prevent it from resale. Kasi sometimes, Mr. Chair, kumukuha sila ng drugs because of the reward system. Yun yung problema natin in the anti-illegal drugs law. Oh. So the best is to destroy it right away within 24 hours. Kung hindi nyo kaya sunugin, lace it with drugs. Arsenic, cyanide, any form of drugs that will kill people who will use the same seized drugs. Hindi pa naman ho tayo tapos, Mr. Chair, sa amendment natin sa dangerous drugs law.
Yes, in fact, we're still in the process of amending several provisions
Yes,
as
sir.
supported by the TWG,
Yes, sir.
which was headed by you.
Yes.
So thank you for that, Congressman Gomez. But before we proceed, I'd like to apologize to our member, our senior deputy speaker, for not acknowledging you earlier. I am sorry. I forgot. I was too engrossed in listening to the statements and questions propounded by our members. Anyway, so to settle once and for ito ng issue natin dun sa identities ng mga nabanggit ni Colonel Asierto, maybe we can ask the NBI now, no, yung biometrics nung Mr. Alan Lin, Alan Lim, Alan C, Lim Wei Xiong, Lim Chenwit, kung ano-anong mga pangalan kasi para ma-establish kasi di natin alam kung ito ba ay isa o iba-ibang tao. And based on the statement earlier by Colonel Acerto, this person was apprehended in Cavite, no, for violation of the RA 9165, but eventually was dismissed because may technicality dun sa Section 21. And I'm sure since he posted a bail, meron siyang fingerprints, meron siyang biometrics, meron siyang picture. So we'd like to ask the NBI to provide this committee a picture of that particular person. Thank you, NBI. So, Congressman Paduano.
Thank you, Chairman. Anyway, kay ano muna kay DDG Gumban. You mentioned while you are being asked by Congressman Gomez, you mentioned that you were former AKJ head.
Yes, Your Honor.
What was that year? When was that?
I was assigned there, sir, as director from 2015 to 2016, Your Honor.
Because why I ask you because a certain director of AKJ, which the name was not mentioned by Colonel Sierto, and I would like to ask that. Are you familiar with the alleged report that was submitted also by Sierto to AKJ during the time?
I said, sir, he said 2021.
2021. Okay. Anyway, balikan na lang kita mamaya just in case. Now, Chairman, kaya ano lang kay Colonel Sierto, no? Colonel, first, ano ba yung mga cases that was filed against you? Colonel?
Yung sa RTC Manila po is 91 importation, conspiracy to import illegal drugs.
Okay. Ito yung sa sa customs, no? Na sinabit ka.
Opo.
Okay.
Opo. At
Ano pa?
meron pa pong isa eh. Yung sinama rin po ako ni alias Picoy doon sa kanyang kwentong sa kasong na yung inciting to sedition.
Because of that 1,000 AK-47.
At yung kaso ko po sa Sandigan is yung about AK-47 and the warepass.
Ano yun? The same case yun? The same case?
Separate po.
Separate?
So yung sa Sandigan, dalawang kaso po yun.
Sandigan, dalawang kaso.
Opo.
Okay. What's the status of the case now?
Katulad po ng sinabi ko kanina, wala pa akong communication at hindi ko po alam ang status. Dahil po nga ako ay nagtatago dahil sa banta ni Mr. Duterte. Pasensya na po. Hindi ko po masagot yung inyong tanong tungkol sa Sandigan Bayan.
Okay, anyway, if this committee, through this committee, the government will give you an assurance. Are you willing to attend physically in this committee hearing?
Opo.
Thank you. At least,
Sabi ko nga po,
Mr. Chairman,
tumulong.
in record, former police officer Colonel Sierto is willing, no? Is willing to physically attend for as long as he will be assured of his safety and the cases that was filed against him. Anyway, Mr. Chair, just to follow up those questions that was raised by our colleagues. First, is yung presentation mo ba kanina, is this the same enter report that was submitted to all those persons that you mentioned? Especially,
Opo, isa lang.
ito
isa
yun
lang po yung
lahat.
report.
And this is
Opo.
also the document
Kaya
that
po.
you have, and this is also the document that you have submitted to Senator Gordon, former Senator Gordon.
Opo. Opo.
Okay. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, just to be fair, no, for this committee, because the name of the former senator was mentioned by former police officer Asierto, and then in fact he is accusing Senator Gordon that upon submission of those documents, wala pong steps that was undertaken by then the chairman of the good government. Mr. Chairman, will we invite former Senator Gordon to be present in the next hearing if if he's willing to participate in this investigation, Mr. Chairman. Yes, Mr. Chairman, that's a motion.
There is a motion to invite former Senator Dick Gordon to attend the next scheduled committee hearing of this committee. And duly seconded, and hearing no objection, the committee approves the motion. So,
And Mr. Chairman, why we should invite Senator Gordon, former Senator Gordon, just to be fair to everybody, because our resource person now is accusing the former chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee in the Senate during his time. Now, second, DG Colonel Acierto, you mentioned about you also submitted that entry report to the EKJ, and you never mentioned the name or the officer during the time of the EKJ. Who is that officer in the PNP?
Wala po akong sinabing nag-submit ako ng report sa AKG. Ang sinabi ko po is meron po nakarating sa aking impormasyon na iniimbestigahan ng AKG si Alan Lim alias Ayong.
Okay,
Yun po yung sinabi.
so who is that time? Who is the head of the EKJ? Of course, not hindi naman siguro si former police officer na pwede DDG Gumban. Sino po that time?
Kung pwede po, sabihin ko na lang po in private kasi ayoko po silang madamay at wala po akong otoridad na permiso na banggitin yung pangalan niya.
And Mr.
Kung pwede ko pong i-text sa inyo.
Colonel
i-text
Acierto,
ko na lang
but
po sa inyo.
you mentioned the unit which is the EKJ. And of course, siguro naman, of course, sabi mo nga you will not divulge it in public. Maybe you communicate with the chairman or during the executive session in which you also committed to us that you will give us the identity of your informant. Tama po ba?
Opo.
Okay.
Ibibigay ko po. Kasat po ano.
Sige, thank you. Now,
Hey, po sila.
you also mentioned about I think former General Albayalde was already invited, no, in next hearing. How about
hindi pa.
hindi pa? Now, you also mentioned about General Albayalde. Now, to be fair also to General Albayalde, which is also one of the witness and resource speaker dun po sa EKJ, sa EGK, in which Chairman Abante was the chairman and invited General Albayalde. Mr. Chairman, I move to invite former General Albayalde to be present in the next hearing. Mr. Chairman, so move.
Okay, there's a motion to invite former Chief PNP Oscar Albayalde to the next scheduled committee hearing of this committee. Duly seconded, and hearing no objection, the motion is approved. So, Comsec, please take note of the two motions that was just approved earlier to send out invitations to the aforementioned names and personalities. Thank you. So,
Chairman.
yes, please proceed.
Thank you. Colonel Acierto, you also mentioned the name of, you also mentioned a unit, no? Yung sa DEG, that you have submitted an inter report to the DEG. Can you name the director during the time in which you have submitted the inter report?
Sabihin ko rin po doon sa executive session kung sino yung director.
Okay. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, sige na po. Pagbigyan natin si si Colonel Acierto. Doon na lang sa executive session. Okay. Now, during the Senate hearing, you mentioned that 3 times you attended the Senate hearing in relation to the issue of drugs. Why did the Blue Ribbon Committee during the time cited you in contempt?
Opo, kasi hindi na po ako umatin ng hearing ang alam ko. Nung after ng hearing po ng October 10, hindi na po ako umatin.
So the last hearing that you attended, that was the 3rd hearing, was October of
18 po.
2018. So you were cited in contempt because for refusal to attend hearing without valid excuse. Ganun po?
Opo.
Not for
Kasi po,
lying,
yun na po yung panahon na ipapapatay ako. Ang report po sa amin is aampusin kami after pag-attend namin sa hearing.
And anyway, I would just like to clear the and check the facts for record purposes that you were not cited in contempt during the hearing, but you were cited in contempt because you refused to attend the hearings because of your safety, not of
Opo.
not of lying during committee hearing.
Opo.
Okay. So, Mr. Chairman, and last na lang po. As you mentioned, Senator Bongo and former PNP Chief Bato de la Rosa, Senator Bato de la Rosa, may ano ba, physical conversation ka ba with them with regards to the entry report that you have submitted to all those persons that you have divulged?
Wala po.
So you
Wala
never
po kaming
talked to, you were never given a chance to talk to Senator Bato.
Opo. About my report. Opo.
Pero nag-usap rin kayo.
Nag-usap po kami nung i-appoint na po ako as Deputy Director ng AIDG at ng Drug Enforcement Group.
When was that?
Pero tungkol po dun sa report na ginawa ko, hindi po.
When was that?
Last quarter of 2016, August o yata yan, o ano, hindi ko po matandaan eh.
So,
Nung second time po is yung i-create yung Drug Enforcement Group. In-appoint niya ko, kinausap niya ako para i-appoint as director pero hindi niya ako na-appoint. Ang ginawa niya akong Deputy Director for Admin ng DEG.
Okay, so but that meeting, physical meeting with the former PNP chief and now Senator Bato happens before the committee, the entry report.
Yes, yung completion po ng report.
Ano muna, Colonel Sierto, i-check mo muna. Check mo muna yung recollection mo dun sa mga dates, ha. Mr. Chairman, as of now, I will not put you in a situation na baka magka-problema tayo. Ikaw, no? Because you're under oath. So, kasi yung gusto ko lang dito establish, Mr. Chairman, that Colonel Ancierto is telling the truth. Kasi, if the entry report happens, no, before the meetings of Colonel Ancierto with Senator Bato, former PNP chief, and of course, Senator Bongo, may problema siya. Diba? Kaya I will not put you now, just Colonel Ancierto, please recollect properly the dates and the year.
Hindi po, titignan ko po yung record ko ngayon para
Yeah, pakilang po.
masigurado po.
Kasi ako, I do believe in some of your statement. But I just want to establish that indeed you're telling the truth. And ako, na-appreciate ko sila personally, yung commitment mo to us that you will divulge the identity of the informant and those officers now that you have mentioned during the executive session. Kasi, ang dami na pong mga hearings with regards to informants, particularly in drugs, campaign against illegal drugs, hindi talaga nila sinasabi, magpapakulong pa. Pero hindi talaga nila involved. But this time, Colonel Ancierto, just for the record, Mr. Chairman, is willing, no, to give us the names of those informants in executive session. Kaya again, I really appreciate that commitment of yours, Colonel Ancierto. And again, please check your record with regards to your meetings with the former PNP chief and now Senator Bato de la Rosa.